Hi, welcome to Miss Palmer's podcast. I'm Miss Palmer, of course, a GCU student who is here on this podcast to inform educators, specifically K through 12, of the principles of andragogy, the comparison to pedagogy, and as you know, andragogy, well, I'm informing you that andragogy is adult learning. I will discuss best practices, how they can be implemented to improve adult learning, the experience, and outcome. Additionally, I will discuss the concerns and education in the pursuit of instructional expertise. Now, let me discuss andragogy. Andragogy is often referred to pedagogy, but it's for adults. People usually confuses both because they are both approaches to teaching. However, there is much more to andragogy. It is the teaching of skill development. It instills motivation, reaches one's lifelong potential. It is simply putting theory into practice, according to Malcolm Knowles. Additionally, he described andragogy as the art and science of helping adults learning using his 6 principles. Now, what are those principles? Those 6 principles are the need to know, self concept, prior experience, readiness to learn, orientation to learning, and motivation. So, for this podcast, our episode 1, I'll discuss 2 principles aimed at K through 12 teachers because I'm encouraging them to go to higher education, or if they have the intention of going to higher education, this podcast is for them. Now, transferring into higher education, one principle that you should know is adults need to know. No, adults need to know, they need to understand the lessons that you will taught or you will teach. They must know why they need such lesson. They will question you. Will it help them in the future? Is it a waste of their time? Just like us who have completed college, we used to question a lot of things while we were in college. I question a lot of math courses that I take. I mean, I was there to learn to teach English, and I was given lots of math courses to take. And I question myself as an adult. Why do I need all this math? Am I going to use calculus 1, 2, and 3? No. So they need to know, adults need to know what they're learning is important to them. Another principle of the 6 that I want to discuss is ready to learn, the readiness to learn. Now, adult learners have dreams and hopes. They're determined and they have intended goal. It is why they go back to school as adults. So they are ready to take on any task. Worse, if they have the ambition to grow, maybe they're questioning themselves that they need more. So the motivation to learn it means that they are ready to learn. And they might have a job that's not paying much money and they want that problem to solve. So, they are really ready to learn to change their lives. Now, this could push them into being highly motivated. And that's another one I want to discuss in the next series. But we should all know that adult learners are motivated. It's one of the main reasons why they go back to school. For you K through 12 teachers, you must know the difference between andragogy and pedagogy. You have to master pedagogy before you can transition into teaching higher education. So let's look at the two. For pedagogy, the learner is dependent on the teacher, of course. These are children, they don't know much. We have teachers have to monitor them. We are responsible for their learning. However, for andragogy, learning is self-directed. They are capable to assess and take on responsibility. Again, for pedagogy, learners bring little background knowledge. Um, they don't know much. I mean, they are gaining new knowledge from you, the teacher. However, andragogy learners have experience. They have that background knowledge. They could share that in the classroom because most of the time it's a diverse classroom. So they can share what they know from their culture, the different demographics. So it's important to understand the difference between the two. Again, pedagogy, learning, and advancement is prescribed through curriculum. We follow the curriculum. As for andragogy, learning is differentiated. But I'm not saying that pedagogy learning is not differentiated. As a K through 12 teacher, I know that we teach differentiated lessons in the classroom. However, for andragogy, differentiated learning is different. It's mostly based on life circumstances and experience, and it serves to fill gaps, and it's not instruct comprehensively. So it's a big difference. So you should know the difference between pedagogy and andragogy. Let's move on to the best practices. So andragogy's best practice can be implemented to improve learners by building comprehension skills. They have to apply what they know, what they have faced in real life to the lessons, and that will build their comprehension skills. And what the concerns and hesitation in instructional expertise is because adult learning is continuous. K through 12 teachers, you have to be ready. You have to master pedagogy before you transition into teaching higher education. It's very important. I will touch on that for series 2. So join me next week as I continue informing you and encouraging you in on how to transition from K through 12 to higher education. That's it for tonight. Have a great evening. Once again, I'm Miss Palmer from a GCU college student, and I'll see you next week for series 2. Thank you.